I wanted to make a I want to make a video about two fights, if they were to ever happen, and those two fights are Canelo Canelo Alvarez versus Demetrius Andrade at 160 or 168. I prefer that fight to happen at 160, and then another fight. Another fight is Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz. And first, I want to talk about the Canelo versus Demetrius Andrade. Um, I think I think that I think that Canelo beats Demetrius Andrade. But first off, Demetrius Andrade, he's a pretty tall and lanky fighter. He's an athletic, slick fighter. But I think Canelo decisions him because just just based off of skill and experience alone. Canelo has too much experience in the ring, fighting all the opponents, all the opponents that I've named in my previous videos. I think Canelo beats him, and I don't know how that fight would play out. I don't know how. I don't know how Demetrius Andrade would. I don't know what game plan he would use. Cause Canelo, he knows how to deal with all types of styles, and he knows how to deal with boxing in the inside, on the outside, and mid range, and I think Canelo wins that fight. But Demetrius Andrade, you never know, he could pull an upset too, because he does have skills, and I feel like Demetrius Andrade, he needs to fight better opposition, and Canelo already has that opposition, and that alone, Canelo, the past few years, he's already been fighting the best of the best, so it's really hard for me to say Demetrius Andrade wins, because a lot of people are saying Anthony Joshua was the man. He was the man. But besides Klitschko, who did he really beat? And technically, if you think about it, the Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, that fight was supposed to happen, a long time ago. I thought it was gonna happen. I thought honestly, I thought Joshua was gonna beat Ruiz, and I thought the fight was gonna happen later in 2019, or somewhere in 2020, somewhere in 2019 or somewhere in 2020, and but I think Wilder, he beats Ruiz, but knowing what we know now, I don't think Wilder's gonna overlook. He's not overlooking Ruiz, especially now. I don't even think Wilder overlooks his opponents. Just because Wilder has all these knockouts doesn't mean he's just gonna overlook his opponents. He's definitely not gonna overlook Ortiz. Let's put it like that. He's not overlooking Ortiz, because Ortiz, he almost stopped Wilder in the 7th round, I remember. And it's funny because Joshua stopped. He got stopped by Ruiz in the 7th round, but the difference is Wilder, he didn't get knocked down, and he survived. He survived the onslaught of Ortiz, and just barely, in my opinion, and the ref could have just stopped it right there, but I'm glad the ref didn't stop it, because Wilder, I felt like Wilder could have pulled through either way, and I felt like the ref, if that round, the 7th round, if that onslaught would have gone on for like just 10 to 15 more seconds, the ref should have let Wilder get up, assuming that Wilder got knocked down in the 7th round against Luis Ortiz. You know, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, I do think Deontay Wilder, he does beat Andy Ruiz, possibly by a knockout. You know, a knockout. It could be an early knockout. I'm predicting, or somewhere in the middle. I say 8th round knockout. Wilder knocks out Ruiz or stops Ruiz. You know, but if it's a decision, I say, you know, like both of them could either get dropped, but Wilder can come out victorious, you know. But I'm still picking Wilder to beat Ruiz, and Ruiz has most of the belts, but I think Wilder's the better fighter. And having fought Tyson Fury, because you know, I named before before the fight happened, before Ruiz and Joshua, I ranked Fury number 1, Wilder number 2, and Ruiz number 3. And Demetrius Andrade and Canelo. Canelo basically has all the belts in the 160-pound division except for one. Demetrius Andrade has one belt. I forgot what belt it is, but I mean, Canelo's basically lineal, and yeah, Canelo beats Demetrius Andrade, and Deontay Wilder beats Andy Ruiz, in my opinion. So yeah, more videos on the way, and tune in.